So yeah, today we are starting the another part of this WTIR playlist, and I think this is the part 6. And here we are going to discuss about what is this heap law, and we'll also discuss what is the process of web crawling, what is this web crawling. We'll also discuss what is this crawler. After that, we will discuss the features that a good crawler should provide and must have. So without wasting time, let's start this lecture. If you have any query or any feedback, so you can ask me in the comment section, or you can give your feedbacks in the comment section. So without wasting time, just start. Let what is this Heap's law? So Heap's law is basically very much important. Why it is very much important? Because in your exam you will definitely see the numericals related to this heap law. So you should basically need to understand it clearly. You should have the understanding what is this heap law, and I will tell you that. And you should also know the formula that is written here. So because the numerical will come into your exam, and then you can solve them easily with the help of this formula. So with before telling you what is the heap law, basically before telling you the exact definition, I have one question for you. Like you have given a collection of documents, and you need to find how to just wait. I can use a pen. Yeah, you are given a collection of documents, and now how to estimate the number of terms. So have you understand my question? You are having a collection of documents, and I'm asking you the question that how you will estimate the number of terms. So basically, you need to estimate the number of terms, and number of terms, like about terms tokens. I told you in the previous video what is this terms and tokens. If you have not seen my previous video, so you can visit my channel. You will see a complete playlist, and you can start learning what is terms and tokens and all that. So the question is here in front of you that you have a collection of documents, and document is not like that it is a small document. No, you have a huge collection of documents, and you need to find out the number of terms, or you can say number of tokens. So this is the question. So now the answer of this question is Heap's law. So here Heap's law come into the picture. That Heap's law is basically the see you can see used in NLP. Now what is this NLP? NLP basically stands for natural language processing, and IR to estimate the size of vocabulary. So basically, Heap's law is used in NLP and information retrieval also. That is basically used to estimate the size of vocabulary. And vocabulary, I told you, is the same thing, that is term, token, and all that. So to just calculate the size of a vocabulary, or you can say a size of a terms or number of terms, or Heap's law is used. Now you can see another definition. I have also written one definition here. It is an empirical law. Now what does this mean, empirical law? So empirical law is basically, here you can see I have also written, it is an empirical finding. Now what is this empirical finding, or what is this empirical law? So empirical law is basically a law that is derived from the experiments. Okay, that is, you can say, invented or derived from the number of experiments done by the scientists or different persons. Okay, so it is basically an empirical finding that is done, that is basically invented or developed from the experiments on several datasets basically, you can say, collection of data. Okay, so this is basically the empirical finding. Empirical finding basically means this is from the experiments on several data sets. So here just you read this definition. This is a very you can say easy definition, and if you write this definition in your exam, you will definitely get a good mark or a full marks. So it is basically an empirical law that describes the relationship between the size of corpus, between the size of corpus. Corpus basically, I told you in the previous video, corpus is basically the huge collection or a large collection of documents. Okay, so the size of corpus and the number of unique words, or you can say vocabulary, unique words and vocabulary basically are same. So heap law is basically empirical law. Empirical law, I told you, that is derived from the experiments. Okay, that describes the relationship between the size of corpus. Size of corpus means size of that large or huge documents. Okay, corpus is basically a collection of huge documents or large documents. Okay, and the number of unique words or vocabulary. So basically, heap flow is nothing. I told you, heap flow is basically describes the relationship between the size of corpus, that is the collection, and the number of unique words or vocabulary. Okay, and I told you that you have a collection of documents, and you need to estimate the number of terms or number size of vocabulary. Okay, or you can say a number of unique words, terms. These are the relatable things I told you in the previous video. If you have not watched them, so just please go through them. You will have a crystal clear understanding, and you can easily understand this Heap's law concept. Okay, so this is basically the Heap's law. This is the empirical finding used in NLP, IR, and this describes the relationship between the size of corpus and the number of unique words, or you can say vocabulary. Now here comes the main thing, that is the formula of this Heap law. This is very much important for solving the numerical. Okay, just make it star. This is very much important. Okay, just need to remember it. Before remembering it, you should need to understand that I told you. So formula is very simple. M is equal to K T raised to power B. This is the simple formula. Now what is here M? See, M is basically the size of vocabulary. Okay, so you have a size of vocabulary that you are going to find out, or you will given into a question. So M is the size of vocabulary, and T is the number of tokens in the collection. Tokens terms I told you earlier. I'm again saying, if you have not watched the previous video, just go and watch them again. If you have any query, okay, you will have a crystal clear understanding about the terms, tokens, and I told you each and everything. So M is basically size of vocabulary, T is the number of tokens, and here K, this K and this B, these are basically the constants. Okay, you can say empirical constants. So M is the size of vocabulary, T is the number of tokens in the collection. So this is basically simple Heap's law. What is Heap's law basically states, and what is the formula I told you. Now some takeaways that we learned from the Heap's law. So first takeaway is dictionary sizes grows with the collection sizes. It is not clear here, where I will provide you the PDF link where you will get them clearly. Okay, so dictionary size basically grows with the collection size. So this is very obvious, like we are just the collection, the documents were increasing day by day. So as the number of documents, or you can say collection, or the size of corpus is increases, so dictionary size also will also increases, because dictionary basically contains these documents. Okay, so it is very obvious, like if collection or the corpus size increase, so dictionary size will also increase. Okay, because number of terms and everything will also increase, number of vocabulary also increase. So size of dictionary can get really large, yeah, if it is increasing, um, day by day. So at a particular point of time, the dictionary size will basically really large. Okay, so these are the takeaways from the Heap law. I told you the formula, the understanding what is basically Heap law is, states and all that, and then takeaways we have also discussed from the Heap law. Now next are so if you have any query, you can tell me in the comment section. Now next concept is our web crawling. Web crawling is very much important, and you should know it, very basic. This is very much basic, you should know it. So web crawling is basically the process by which we gather the pages from the web. Now what is this mean? So see, web crawling is the process, and the thing which works in the web process of web crawling is the crawler. So we'll discuss about crawler, but what is this web crawling basically? So web crawling is basically nothing, it is the process in what we will do. We will gather the pages, or we will fetch the pages from the web pages, from the different web pages. We gather the pages from the web. Okay, so web crawler is the process where we are gathering or fetching the pages from the web. You can say internet. Okay, a huge internet, that is very huge. In order, why we are fetching them? In order to index them. And why we are indexing them? Just to support the search engine, just to support the search engine. See, the another video, like after this video, the next part of WTIR will come, where we will discussing about the working of the search engine, or the architecture of search engine, where you will have a crawler in there. You will have a great experience. Then you will when we will discuss about that, I will tell you it in depth. Okay, then you will understand that how this Google search engine and different search engine basically works. Okay, so I will tell you in another video. So here web crawling is basically the process of gathering the pages from the web. And why we are gathering these pages from the web? Because we want to make order, in order to index them, sorry, in order to index them. And now why we are indexing them? Because we want to support the search engine. Now the what is the object of crawling? So the object of crawling is basically to quickly and efficiently gather as many as pages web pages as much as possible. Okay, so basically the task of web crawling or the process is basically very simple. We are gathering the pages from the web, as many as pages, and why we are gathering is basically so that we can gather the web pages and then we can index them. And then if we will index them, so that will basically help the, or you can see support the search engine. Okay, so web crawling is basically the simple process, and the main puppet, you can say the main thing which is working in the web crawler, oh sorry, web crawling, is the web crawler. Web crawler is also known as spider sometimes. Okay, so you need to understand what is this crawler and spider, they both are the same thing. So crawler basically is the main thing which is working in the web crawling process, which basically fetch the pages from the web page in order to index them and then support the functionality of search engine. Now there are some fun features that a crawler must provide. Some features of a good crawler, you can say. So first is robustness. Robustness basically means the strong. Okay, so a crawler should be resilient to traps. Resilient to traps means like there are some website which contains the malicious link. So our crawler should be able to handle to these malicious links. So our crawler should be strong. Our crawler should be self resistance, you can say, and robust, you can say, that it can handle these malicious links. Our crawler should be able to handle these malicious links. So this is basically first feature of the crawler that crawler provides is robustness, that crawler should handle these links. Another is politeness. Politeness is basically just ignore this point, this doesn't plays a very important role. Let's discuss about distributed. So the third feature is distributed. Distribution means like process all the web pages. Our crawler should not like this, that it just only processing only few pages, or you can say number of pages it is only processing. No, our crawler should be distributed. Distributed in the sense there are number of use pages we have. So our crawler should be distributed to different web pages, and it should process and gather the pages from the different web. Okay, it fetches the source code or fetches the data from the different ways. Should it should not be like that, that it is only fetching the or gathering the pages only from a particular web pages. Okay, no, it should be distributed in the sense it process all the web pages. Next is scalability. Scalability is very main feature. Why? That crawler should work in the same way if the index increases. See, now if a crawler is working, if we have a you can say a static index, but now index is basically increasing day by day, so our crawler should also provide the same functionality, should work as same as work with the same efficiency as it was working earlier. Why? Because index will increase day by day. That is very much obvious that index will increase, documents are increasing day by day, scalability will increase, but our crawler should also work in the same way as it was working earlier when our index is small. It should also work in the same way with the full efficiency, with full performance, as our index is now increasing, now becoming very complex, large. So that should also work here. Next is performance. It should provide a high performance and high efficiency and all that. Next is quality. Quality pages should be fast. So our crawler should fetch the quality pages. Quality pages, you can say, that contains the fresh or the new data, okay, new information. Next, seventh is freshness. Freshness basically our crawler should fetch the updated pages. Okay, like updated page should be fresh, should be fast. So our crawler should gather the information from the updated page. So freshness is another feature. Next is extensible. Extensible means the crawler should support the new data formats and protocols and all that. It should not like that if a crawler is working on a particular protocol like HTTP, so it is not going to work on the HTTPS. No, it should support the new protocols. These are coming day by day and introducing. So it should also work on the new data, support the new data, new format, new file format and all that. And it also should, our crawler should also support the new protocols and all that. Okay, so these are some features. If you have any query, you can ask me. These are very simple. We discuss about the features, we discuss about web crawling, and we have also discussed about the heaps law, that is very much important. In next lecture we will discuss about the main thing, that is the architecture or working of search engine. I will make you it crystal clear understanding, and you will get to know how these Google search engine and these all works. Okay, so thank you.